FYI, this is not a beanie. So, when I have stuff that's on my mind and I need to talk about stuff, I put myself in front of a camera and I say said stuff. So these are going to be one of the many videos where I just sit and talk about whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm thinking about at the moment. Just kind of give you an update. I mean, I guess you could call this an update video like Andy Schrock does. But I'm literally going to be talking about whatever's on my mind at the moment. So you could be getting anything from a book, you know, how a book series was, you know, if I thought it was really good. Or how, you know, I watched this video and I thought it was really inspiring or something like that. Just whatever. It's not going to be like update, hey, this is what's happening with me, this is what's happening with YouTube, this is what's happening with everything else. It's just going to be me expressing whatever I want to talk about at the moment. So to kick things off here, I'm going to go look at my list, is because every good YouTuber has a list. Although every good YouTuber probably has a phone that does not stink horribly. So Skate Diary, for anybody that's actually been following that, I'm going to imagine that it's exactly 0 people so far. You will notice that I have had a huge lack of videos lately. Most of that is part and due to winter, because, you know, winter is just a pain and it's too cold outside and you can't really do anything. I do have a huge outbuilding that I'm actually in one of the rooms right now, but the problem is that the outbuilding is full of junk. So I can't skate in the outbuilding. I'm forced to skate outside 100% all the time now. It's going to get organized eventually, so you will see me actually skating inside the outbuilding at some point. It's just when you move into a new house and everything's unorganized, and when you're finishing the basement and you don't have room to put all your junk in, then it kind of gets put wherever the heck it can be put. But now that the weather's starting to warm up, I've been skating again actually, but I haven't been making Skate Diary episodes. And don't worry, for those of you who are actually following this, I'm not quitting it anytime soon. I am still going full steam on it. I've actually been thinking a lot about it, about intros and how the thing's going to be laid out and stuff like that, because I really want it to be professional and I really want it to be well done, because I want it to help people learn stuff. I'm planning on making a video hopefully within the next 2 months here about just explaining what Skate Diary is, kind of like a infomercial, whatever you want to call it, just kind of explaining what Skate Diary is about, what its objective is, and it's just a video that I can like put in link to my other videos and say, okay, so if I'm talking right now, I can say, hey, if you want to know more about Skate Diary, click right here. Or click right here, you know, or whatever. And that way I don't have to keep reiterating what Skate Diary is every single time I do a video. I've actually had quite a few great ideas for Skate Diary. The intro I've been working on like bonkers. I think I've probably done about 7 hours into it so far of just actual computer work, if you count like the whole process of thinking about it, and probably about like 12. Because when I decided that I needed to actually have a dedicated intro for Skate Diary, I was thinking about it for months. Like it started at the end of at the beginning rather of last winter, and I've been thinking about it ever since. And then just at the beginning of February, I had this idea like, oh, that's what it needs to be. Like I was thinking about it for so long and trying to figure out what type I want to do, because usually intros don't cause me a problem, but for some reason this one did, and I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to do. But now I have the format down. I have what I wanted to do. Everything's going to be good now. You should see that intro probably within a month. I'm hoping that within a month I have all Skate Diary like 90% figured out, except for some of the animations within the video. I think I'm still going to work on those over time. But for the intro, for the ender, for how the thing's going to be laid out, I should have that done within a month. Don't quote me on that, because, you know, school and stuff takes, you know, some priority, but I should have it done by the end of the month. I'm thinking not the end of the month, within a month. So this kind of leads into my next conversation of organization. I've just kind of had a hard time organizing YouTube videos lately and doing stuff, mostly because I'm like kind of pulling the rug out from under myself and trying to figure out what my format is going to be. Like, do I have an intro? For those of you saw, I have the icon, the Cyclops icon intro where the eye opens and the Cyclops under it. I have that, but I'm not 100% sure now if I actually want an intro, because I'm not sure if that conveys the right feeling. Maybe I'll put the intro like at the very, very beginning of the video, or maybe I'll do it where I have like a short like intro spiel, like, you know, like 10 or 15 seconds long, and then I put the intro and then I, you know, continue on with the rest of the video. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work out, but I do know that I'm still using the icon. That thing, I absolutely love it. I love the way that thing turned out, and I'm going to use it someplace. I have a lot of ambitions already set in my mind here. I've got plenty of ideas for videos. I just have to get the right format down. Like post-production is mainly where I'm kind of struggling here a little bit. But that should be fixed here probably within 3 weeks. Once the Skate Diary intro gets done and I figure out Skate Diary, I'm going to feel a lot better because then I know that something's actually getting done and moving to where I wanted it to go. Savannah is texting me! That's okay. It's okay. She can interrupt my videos. It's okay. Savannah's cool. She's cool. What does she want? Apparently, my phone is messing up again because she just texted me 4 messages and none of them showed up. Like, look it. None. Absolutely nothing. Well, my phone has been like a really big jerk lately. She resent them now, and it doesn't like emoticons. Like, she's got an Android phone, I'm pretty sure, and it does not like the preset emoticons that are in there, and it'll just not even send the message, which is kind of weird. And then she's also saying that she just got messages this morning from 4 days ago when I had actually sent them. So that's a little bit strange. I hate my phone, in case you have not got that. This phone is stupid, is the stupid phone. I got it for free, but I want a smartphone. I'm going to get an iPhone eventually, and maybe I'll do a video on why I chose iPhone over Android. But that's another time. Savannah, it's okay. You can interrupt my videos. It's fine. It actually makes for better content. It makes it more interesting, right? Yeah, of course. For those of you who don't know, because you probably don't know at all, I'm a very avid book reader. Fiction, of course. Nonfiction is just considered pretty much school, and so therefore I don't read it. Except for when I need some help with something. I might go get, a For Dummies book. But otherwise, I'm pretty much a fiction person 100% of the time, and I read quite a lot of books. And I read a book series recently that unfortunately had an extremely bad ending to it. The Bartimaeus trilogy. And I think it came out in like 2004, 2006, somewhere around there. It was a pretty good book. It's a fantasy-based book. It had like magicians and stuff. I'm not gonna go into really too much detail of it. But it was a pretty good series. It was a 3-book series. I don't know what else to say. The books were fairly long. I got the first book for like 25 cents at a book sale, and then I got the second book for the same price at the same book sale. But to be quite honest with you, I would just, when I recommend this book to anybody, I would just say stop reading it the second. Because the third book is so bad in ending that it just makes you crazy. I have fortunately not had that many encounters with bad ending books. Let's see, this is probably marking my 3rd one, and that's pretty good for how many books series I've read. That's pretty darn good. But it drives me nuts, absolutely nuts, when a book series ends horribly, like this one did. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, so don't worry. But I'm just gonna warn you, it ends very badly, and you don't expect it. You do not expect it to end that way, and it doesn't really quite make sense. To his defense, I could kind of see where he was trying to go with it, but then at the same time, he didn't really execute it correctly. So I don't see it. It just kind of felt like he was very rushed through the entire thing, and he didn't, execute it right, pretty much. So I'm just gonna put that out there and warn anybody who has read the Bartimaeus trilogy, or has started to read it, or is thinking about it, or has just randomly saw it in the library. I'm gonna warn you on that, okay? Because it's pretty bad, and it drives me nuts. It's like your heart gets ripped out of your socket and thrown to a cactus. It's really bad, okay? It's that bad. It drove me so crazy, I only got 6 hours instead of my usual 9 hours of sleep that night, and it took me 2 hours to get to sleep. So speaking of books, I'm actually writing a little bit of a book series myself, or just a book right now. I've actually gotten some fairly positive feedback from the first chapter that I've kind of sent out to friends and family and things. But just kind of to put that out there, it's kind of just more of a, hey, I'm doing this right now. Not that it's going to become important. It's probably, if I ever get the book published, it's probably going to at least wait for 2 years. So this is just kind of a fun thing to look back on, saying, hey, remember when I started writing this book? Yeah, that totally happened. But it's actually going pretty good. It's turning out sci-fi, and I'm writing it slowly, although I've got lots of other stuff that I'm doing. So, yeah, maybe in 2 or 3 years you'll see a book from me. I've got no idea. And also on the subject of writing things, I am using FL Studio. I'm trying to learn FL Studio more. What am I trying to say? For people who don't know what that is, actually, it's a music creation software primarily used for electronic dance music and other forms of electronic music. It's also used for some orchestral stuff as well. Not so much there, but it's mainly used for electronic dance music, like Avicii and those types of guys, those songs. And I've been learning that more and more because I bought it like 2 or 3 years ago, probably. I bought it like 3 years ago. And I've been trying to learn. It's kind of difficult to learn, to be quite honest with you. I thought it was going to be easier, but it's actually kind of complicated. And hopefully I'm going to start writing some actual songs. I'll put my link to my SoundCloud over there. I'm Acapellafant. I'll just spell that out right there. But I post on there whatever random things I've done. You can actually kind of see a progression of how I'm getting a little bit better with this stuff. And I guess technically you could say I've done a full song, because I have one song on there that's like 3 minutes and 15 seconds long, it's called Chill Zombie, for anybody that wants to know. I'll link that too in the description if you want to go check that out. Then also follow me on SoundCloud if you want to, because it's like the only social network that I actually use, if you can call it a social network. But I'm planning to do some more interesting stuff. I'm planning to take like my own samples, you know, of me beating on things or just using my mouth and things like that, to try and make some more interesting sounds, maybe more mainly beats, because I'm trying to, the point of me buying FL Studio was for me to make beats for the background music of all my videos and things like that. So you're probably going to see some more beats, oriented things from me. But yeah, go follow me on SoundCloud, and you'll see everything that I do over there, possibly more. And totally unrelated subject, if anybody's seen the new America Sues shoes, like I'm super psyched for those things, because when they kind of took the first ones away, I was like, oh darn, because I didn't get a chance to skate them. Those were like my next shoe I was gonna get, but then I ended up getting the Reynolds. But I really wanted to try those shoes, and now that they've brought them back, they look absolutely awesome. I'm like, the perfect shoe in my mind is a mid-top vulcanized sole, because that to me, I like mid-tops because they provide a little bit more ankle support than lows do, and then I also like vulcanized because, you know, it gives me the board feel. Yeah, they don't last as long because they're vulcanized. Yeah, I'm pretty psyched for those shoes. And now, especially since Andy has it on the Shred Quarters, I'm definitely going to support him and buy my shoes through him if I can. So, for a while ago, I made a video talking about Hodgepodge Film Squad and what I was trying to do with that. Basically, that's going to be a team film group that I'm trying to start with a bunch of friends here, and we're probably going to be making like short films and things like that. And I also said it's probably going to show up on my channel via like more high quality like technical video stuff and audio things. But that's going pretty well. We're meeting through Skype every Sunday because, you know, it's middle of the school season and people have pre-college stuff that they're working on. And being homeschooled, as all my friends are, they kind of, you know, we tend to do college a little bit early. So like I'm taking some college classes right now to get some of those out of the way, even though I'm only 16. Soon to be 17, actually. But it's like a super efficient way of doing things. I'm kind of busy with school stuff, and they are even more busy than I am because a couple of them are older, and they're doing more classes than me. But yeah, Hodgepodge Film Squad is definitely happening. It's rolling slowly. Probably summer is when you're actually going to see something happen. I'm trying to plan the first film to get kind of underway, just to get that out of the way, because the first film's always bad. And then after that, you know, who knows? Probably by summer again, like I said, is when you'll probably see something from that. I started a YouTube channel for it. We haven't had anything on there, so I'm not going to link you to it yet because there's nothing going on. We haven't even really decided on the name 100%, but that's happening. Summer is probably when it's coming. Oh, and another totally unrelated news. It was 75 degrees today, and it's like the middle of February. Yep, and that's right. That's why we live in Kansas, because you can get these 75-degree days out of nowhere, and then the next day is like 40, which is exactly what happened, actually. What was that shiny thing? So if you haven't gauged already from the me talking about FL Studio, I'm kind of a big electronic dance music head. I really like a lot of EDM stuff. You know, all the various genres I'm pretty much okay with. And I follow tons of people on SoundCloud. I'm actually very active on SoundCloud, so that's another reason to follow me over there, because I will repost really good songs, and if they're actually super good, that they're just stuck in my head, and I absolutely love them, I have a playlist for like best songs ever, as I'm calling it. And recently, a song made it into there that is actually, it's super well done. It's called Feral Hearts. I can't remember who it was by now. Is it Curly? Not 100% sure. I will link that in the description, of course. But you gotta go listen to this song, even if you're not an electronic dance music person. You know, this can totally be for you, because it's not very dance music-y, if that's even a word. But it's really good. It's like extremely catchy, and it's very uplifting, actually. So again, link in the description. I've been kind of addicted to it lately. So to close this video off today, I'm actually gonna say something kind of interesting here. I can do stuff for myself, and usually I can keep stuff going for myself by, you know, kind of self-motivating myself. I just said myself like a million times. You know, for like example, if I'm skateboarding, you know, I do it for myself. And, you know, the progression and, you know, all that motivation and things is coming from me. And what I found through skateboarding, you know, doing this, you know, skateboarding, you know, technically for like the past 4 years, even though I've really only started doing it for like the past year, I've found that I kind of have to start doing it for somebody else. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to anybody? Because, like, for example, okay, my sister was outside here doing something, whatever, and I was trying to ollie the manual pad, and then she was, like, getting all excited, and so then, like, that excitement drove me on, and I ended up ollieing the manual pad in, like, 20 minutes, or under 20 minutes, probably more like 15. It was, like, super quick. I have never done it that fast before, and so the motivation was super high for that, and I realized because of that, I was actually doing it more for her. If I actually had friends motivating me to do it as well, I would be doing it for them as well because, you know, it's... How do I explain it? I don't know how to explain it exactly. It's kind of confusing. I'm learning the tricks for myself. I mean, I'm doing it for my own benefit, but I also really want to do it for other people so they can see me succeed as well. Does that make sense? I think that's what I sense. So just kind of wrap it all up. At some point, I mean, I can do stuff for myself, and I've been doing stuff for myself for a very long time, but at some point, I need to start doing the stuff that I love for somebody else. Does that make sense now? I think that makes sense. It doesn't quite make sense to me when I say it out loud, but in my head, it makes a lot of sense. So I think that's part of the reason why I slow down a lot, and it's hard for me to stay motivated in skateboarding when I don't have any friends that are pushing me to do it, because I'm just doing it for myself, and I've been doing it for myself for so long, and I have to start doing it for somebody else. Like YouTube videos, you know? I've been doing YouTube videos for myself for a very long time, but only now have I actually started doing it for you guys, and it's fed off of it. I've gotten a lot more psyched because of it. You got more psyched because of it. You know, it's all around just a really good thing. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing I've recently found out, and yeah. But that is it. I have to go, guys. I only have 30 seconds left on my SD cards to record stuff. But yeah, just kind of an interesting little thing that I noticed there, and I hope it kind of helped you. So be psyched for Skate Diary. Be psyched for future endeavors. And until next time, guys, keep skating and stay psyched, because I'm out of here. Peace.